Hi, welcome. I am refilming this intro because I have to explain one thing. Before filming, I just got back from Target and I picked up this new top. And I forgot to take off the tags. So in the video, you can see the tags sticking out of the back, from the back of my top. So that's the story, and sorry about that. But just needed to explain. Anyway, enjoy the workout and hope you're doing well. Okay, let's go ahead and start in child's pose. Forehead on the mat, arms down by your sides. Knees can be separated to allow your torso to settle between your knees. And just breath here for a moment. Taking some nice deep breaths. Just taking a moment to get present in the workout. Not anything on your to-do list. Any stresses release from your body. As you settle, sink into the mat. And breathe. Some nice deep breaths. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth as you sink further into the mat. And one more big breath. And slowly come up on up to seated. Place your hands onto the mat. Place yourself in quadruped, so on all fours, shoulders on top of your wrist. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, cat stretch, tucking your tailbone under, feeling a nice stretch in your spine. Inhale, take it into cow, dropping your belly down, lifting through your chest. Wiggling side to side, whatever you feel like your body needs. Exhale, cat stretch, tuck, tuck, tuck. And inhale, take it into cow. And one more time, cat stretch, tuck. This time, send your hips to the left, look over your left shoulder, so a little twist or flexion to the left side. Inhale and exhale to the right. And one more time, cat stretch. And back into neutral. Take your right arm, left leg, reach out in a nice spinal balance. Reach fingertips away from your toes. And then lower down, left arm, right leg, reach. Nice spinal balance. Shoulders level, hips level, back of the neck is long. And switch. One more time, right arm, left leg, reach. Squeeze that glute, point the toes, straighten the knees, and switch. Left arm, right leg, reach. Squeeze. Strong in your shoulders, away from the ears, and hold. Tuck your toes under, push back into a nice downward facing dog. Press your heels into the mat. You can pedal your feet and drive your heels down as far as you can into the mat. Press through your hands, lengthen through your spine. And then come on down into quadruped one more time. This time you're going to lift your knees up off of the mat just for about 1 inch and 2 seconds. 1, 2, and lower down. You want to keep your spine in neutral. Again, lift up. Feel the core engage and lower down. One more time. Here we go. Up and lower down. Tuck your toes under if they're not really tucked. Press back once again into downward and twist whatever you need to do. And settle. Good. And then lower back down onto your knees into that quadruped. Spinal balance, right arm, left leg here. And switch. Left arm, right leg reach. Adding on right arm, left leg reach here. Now take your fingertips and toes, tap down onto the mat and lift. So warming up the shoulder, the hip. Spine stays in neutral. You're just bending at that hip and that shoulder. One more time, down and left. And switch. Left arm, right leg, reach out. And tap and lift. I'm going to try and hit the mat at the same time, fingertips and toes, same time. And 2 more. And 1 more. And lower down here. Keep your shoulders level. You're going to take your left arm and just draw a little circle or a big circle. And you want to try to keep your shoulders level so you're activating the core. And then switch sides, right arm, circles around, hips stay level. And 1 more. And here, take your left leg. Just draw a circle, so mobilizing that hip. And lower down. And right leg. And lower down. Once again, tuck your toes under if they're not already. Downward facing dog here. Press back. Feel the stretch to the backs of the legs. Go ahead and ground your left foot, kick your right leg back behind. And then swing it through. Place it between your hands. Lower your knees onto the mat, left knee onto the mat. And you can scoot that right leg forward as you need to. You want to try and get that knee above that ankle. And find the hip flexor stretch here on the left side. So just hold. Place your left arm down. Take your right arm and reach up to the ceiling. So get a little spinal twist. Open up to that chest. And then circle the arm down. Take your left foot. Step up forward to meet the right. Place your hands on your thighs. Lift up to your chest and hold. Weight in your heels. Then press the soles of your feet. Lift all the way up. And swan dive down. Lengthen through your spine. Take it back down. Inhale, lift through your chest. And exhale, forward fold. Place your hands onto the mat. Walk your feet back behind and into a downward facing dog. Breathe as you press your hands into the mat. Drive your heels down a little bit lower. Now you're going to take it into a plank here or on your knees. Just going to warm the triceps up. So you're going to lower it down just as much as you feel like you need to warm those triceps, and down and lift. You can do this on your knees, down and lift. You want to keep your shoulders away from your ears and lift. Let's go for 3 more. And lift. Last 2. Down and lift. 1 more time. Down and lift. Go ahead and lower your belly all the way onto the mat. Hands under your shoulders. Upper body lifts up nice and strong. Legs stay on the mat. You want to really lengthen through your spine as you lift up. And breathe. Good. And then lower back down. Take your right leg lift. Squeezing that right gluteal. Point the toes, straighten the knees. And switch. Left leg lifts. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and lower down. Right leg lifts up. And then back down and left leg lifts up. And lower. 1 last set, right and left. And down, left leg lifts up. Good. And lowers back down. Go ahead and push back. Tuck your toes under and once again press back into a nice downward facing dog. Drive those heels into the mat. Take your left leg left up to the ceiling. And then reach forward. Place your left foot between your hands. Right knee on the mat. And feel that hip flexor stretch. You try to keep that knee above that ankle as you lower that right hip, stretching across the front of that right hip. Take your left arm, reach up to the ceiling, and a little spinal twist. Draw that left shoulder back, lengthen through your spine, and lower down. Take your right foot, step forward. Inhale, lift through your chest. Feel it stretch through your spine. Exhale, forward fold, and rise all the way up to standing. Reach, reach, reach. And forward fold back down. Lengthening through your spine. Inhale, monkey, lift through your chest. Exhale, walk your feet back behind into a downward facing dog. Press through your hands. Then go ahead and press forward into a plank. Okay, so those triceps again on your knees or your toes. We're just going to lower down and hold this time. Okay, so you want to press forward, shoulders away, and elbows close to your sides, and lower down and hold. Upper arms parallel with the mat at the lower end of the range, or you can be somewhere in between. Okay, just holding here. 3 and 2 and 1. Rise back up. Press, press, press. And then take it back down and hold. Got 1 more, I promise. 1 more. Here we go. Press back up. And then lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Lifting into your chest. Or if you're ready for it, upward facing dog. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Drive your heels into the mat. Good job. Knees back down onto the mat, into that quadruped. Okay, you're going to take your knees, lift them 1 inch off the ground. This I'm going to hold for 5 and 4 and 3. Feel the core, 2 and 1. Lower back down. 1 more set. Here we go. 5. Stay strong. 4 and 3 and 2. Good job. And 1. Lower back down. You're going to scoot that right arm out. Extend your legs. Shift them. Knees are bent. You're going to prop yourself up right into a side plank here or here. Or you can scissor your legs and straighten your knees. Just hold. And you're going to take our hips and drop down and lift. So you're going to target the waist here. So down and lift. I want you to really feel the contraction. So you want feedback. You can place your hands to the waist here. Feel that contraction here. Also feel it here and down. Strong in that right shoulder. So keep it away from your ear and down. Good. So remember, you can modify. Keep your knees on the mat. 2 more times. Take it down and lift. One more, go. Woo. And here, forearm is on the mat. Place the other forearm under, and then place yourself in a plank on your forearms here. Okay, so like genie arms. One arm over, one arm below, and hold. Nice solid plank on your knees or your toes. I want you to squeeze your glutes. Squeeze and hold. Isometric contraction. Back of the neck long. Belly pulling in toward that spine. Shoulder blades apart for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now left forearm stays down. I'm going to pivot to the other side. So side plank here or on your knees. Like so. Drop your hips down and lift. So contracting through that side and lift. Okay. And down. And squeeze. And down. Let's go for 3 more. And lift. Last 2. Down. And lift. Last 1. Down. And lift. Now this arm comes under the forearm that's on the mat. Hold it in this plank. Hold. Nice and strong. Check your form. Shoulder blades apart. Back of the neck long. Okay. So the arm is that's on the top. Let's say that's your left. Okay. If that's the other, then do the reverse. Okay. So you're going to take that left arm. You're going to lift up and under. And right arm under. And we're going to come back. Up and over. And up and over. Let's come on back. Under. And under. And over. And over. And just hold in this plank. If you need to adjust your feet or your knees, that's fine. Just gonna hang out here for another 20 seconds. Staying strong. Remember, you can be on your knees if you want to. Breathe. Shoulders strong, away from your ears. 4 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down and take it into a quick child's pose. Sit back on your heels. Ooh, nice work. Come on up. You're going to shift your legs around. Take it to the top of your mat, hands on your thighs. Lift all the way up through your spine. Good. Place your arms back behind, fingertips point forward. You're going to keep your spine in neutral. Bend through your elbows. Elbows pulling toward each other. And you just take one leg lift. And lift a little march. Up and up. So hip flexors are firing. Good. Up and up and up and up. Stay nice and neutral, upright in your spine. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring your legs together. Take your knees apart and together, apart and together. Good. Apart and together and apart. Together. Now listen up. Apart together. Just your right leg out to the side and back. Left. Right. And left. Good. And again. Right. And left. And back here. Okay. So we're going to do that again. Okay. So here's your option. You can release your arms. Okay. So only if you can keep a neutral spine. Take it to a march. And keep your arms back behind if you want to. March and march and march. Nice posture. Nice and neutral. 2 and 1. Here, knees apart and together. Woo, apart and together and apart and together. 1 more. Ready? Just your right. Out, back, left. Try not to let your hips shift. Right and back and left and back. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And back, hands behind your thighs. If they're not already there, lift all the way up. And then roll your spine onto the mat in supine. Feet about a comfortable distance from your hips. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Rise up into a bridge. Spine is in neutral. Return back onto the mat in neutral. And press up. And lower down. Hey, space between your knees and your feet stay the same. You're going to press up. And hit the ground in neutral. 2 more times like this. You can add your arms. And then back down. 1 more time. Go up. And lower down. Take your legs into tabletop. So a 90-degree bend in your knees and your hips. Glue your legs together. Point your toes. Okay, you're going to take your right leg. Tap down. Lift. Spine stays in neutral for this. Belly pulled in. And left. And right. Think about that 90-degree. Your knees and your hips. And right. And left. 1 more set. Shoulders away from the ears. Try not to take tension there. And lift and hold. Okay, take your arms, scoop them around. Reach toward your feet and hold. Belly pressed down, lower back pressed into the mat at this point. Shoulders away from the ears. Some space between your chin and your chest here. Squeeze your legs together and hold. If you want to modify, you can place your legs onto the mat and just hold. Feel the strength in that belly as you hold. Okay, maybe lift up a little higher and hold that contraction. Okay, it should feel challenging and hold. Squeeze those legs together, hold. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of leg work, but still work the abs. Place your hands to your outer thighs. Okay, right now your legs are together. I want you to press against your thighs with your hands and press out with your legs. And then separate slowly to about hip distance and hold. Flex your feet and press a little harder. Out, 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 out. Feel your shoulders, upper back engage. Woo! Press, 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 press out. Okay, climbing to about 85% of your maximum. Press, press, press. Shoulders, arms, working. Press, press, press for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring your legs back together. Point your toes, arms down by your side and hold. Still working. If you need to take a break, come on down. Hold. 3 and 2 and 1. Everyone come on down. Separate your feet about hip distance. Take it to another bridge. Lift up and lower down. Again, lifting up and lower down. This time you're going to hold that left in neutral. Drop down about an inch. And from here, we're just going to pulse and pulse and pulse. Think about squeezing the glutes. Squeeze. Spine stays in neutral. Squeeze. Space between your knees. Remain and pulse. And pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Warming up those glutes, those hamstrings. Pulse, and pulse for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower back down. Take your left arm, right leg, reach up to the ceiling here. Okay. Now we're going to lower down at an angle. So at an angle from a diagonal line, if you're looking down on yourself from the ceiling, and then back up to vertical, that diagonal line. You want to keep both shoulders in contact with the mat, both hips in contact with the mat. Spine in neutral, so a little curve in that lumbar spine. And diagonal line. And lift. Again, diagonal line. And lift. Now hold that diagonal line here. Then you're going to take your leg and your arm, you're going to draw a circle. Okay? Don't worry if they're going in different directions, just draw a circle. And circle, just coordinate the movement. Don't worry about the direction. Again, check that your hips are grounded. Shoulders are grounded. Good. And then reverse the direction of the circles. Good. 2 more. And 1 more. And bring the arm and leg back up to the ceiling. Lower down, switch sides. Right arm, left leg. Lower down at that diagonal. Straight diagonal line and back up to the ceiling. That diagonal line, both shoulders grounded, hips are grounded, spine is in neutral. Check that left shoulder, no tension there. Diagonal line and back up. 2.5 more, diagonal line. Whew, engage that core. Feeling inner thigh as well. And down. 1 more, hold that diagonal line just like the other side. You're going to draw a circle. You want to minimize or eliminate any motion in your body and just reserve it for that arm and that leg. And then reverse the direction. Try to go for a nice smooth circle. And around. 2 more times. That right leg is quiet, no movement there. And here, back to vertical, up to the ceiling and lower down. Both feet on the mat. Back into the bridge. Up and down. Hit the ground in neutral and up and down. Bring your legs together. You're going to lift your legs into tabletop. Reach your arms by your side. Okay, modification, keep your feet on the mat and hold here. Belly flat, reach, reach, reach. Some space between your chin and your chest as you reach. Squeeze those legs together. So think about those inner thighs and hold. Good. Okay, flex your feet, separate about hip distance as you hold this contraction for the rectus. Place your hands to your inner thighs. Okay, you're going to press out. Press out as you pull your legs in together. So getting the shoulder arm work, but also getting lots of inner thigh work. Okay, so press out with your arms, press in with your legs, and hold belly flat. Hold for 10. And 9. 85 or 90% of your maximum. 7. And 6. And 5. Feel the shake. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hands behind your head. Okay? If your legs are on the mat, lift them up and press and press and press and press. Drive those heels into the mat. Now here is the modification up to the ceiling. If you need to lower your head, go ahead. Press and press and press and press. Go. Woo! So hands are just lightly supporting your head. You're not pulling on your head with your hands. You're lifting up using your abdominal muscles. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause, left shoulder to that right knee, and switch, and switch. Obliques, and switch. Let's pick up the pace if you want to, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Reach the opposite shoulder to the opposite knee. Go. Good. 8, and 7, and 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, 1. Lower down, legs into tabletop. Glue them together, place them flat on the mat so your legs are together. Arms down by your sides. Take it back into that bridge and then back down. And into that bridge, hold. Lower 1 inch, take your right leg, extend out, keep your thighs together, lower right leg extends out, and just hold. So if you have the fire in that left gluteal, solid in that left foot, hey, just hold, hold, hold. Now take your hips, lower them down 1 inch and press. Down and press. At the same time, you're squeezing your thighs together. So those inner thighs are still engaged. Just adding this pulsing movement. Squeezing that left gluteal if you want to. Arms up to the ceiling. Down and pulse. Watch that lower back. Keep your spine in neutral. Good. Pulse. Up, down, and left. Down. And squeeze. Think about really squeezing that gluteal. And lift. Down. And lift. Nice work. Down and lift. Down and lift. Let's go for 8 more. And 7 and 6, 5, 4, and 3. Squeeze. And 2 and 1. And hold. Okay, the last thing, we're going to separate your thighs and swing that right leg over to the right. So changing our center of gravity here. So really having to tune into those core muscles to keep your hips at the same level. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Place that right foot on that left thigh here. Arms overhead. Okay, nice and wide. You're going to curl up, reach to the outsides of your legs and back down. Press that right knee away so that right leg is adding some resistance in these curls. And lift up. And then back down. 5 more, nice and strong. Reach. And down. 4 more. Up. 3 more. Curling up. And 2 more. Lifting up. Down. And last one. Let's go. Woo. And lower down. Arms out to your side. Lower your legs to the left side. Press your right knee away. Just get a little hip flexor stretch. And then allow that right knee to fall to the left. Left hand to the outside of your right thigh to facilitate the twist. So your lower back, gluteal, other thigh as well. Good. Breathe. Nice work. And here we go. Back here. Legs together. Arms down by your side to start. Take it into that bridge. Lower about 1 inch. Okay. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take your lower left leg and kick that out and hold. Okay, just hold. Feel the power in that right gluteal this time. Right foot is nice and strongly planted into the ground or mat and hold. Squeeze those inner thighs. Spine is in neutral. Okay, lower down your hips 1 inch and press. So it's a tiny press, tiny lift. Squeeze. Still focusing on squeezing those inner thighs. If you want, float your arms up to the ceiling and up. Down. You can feel in your hamstrings as well. Think about squeezing, hips stay level. Inner thighs are working. Lots going on, I know. Down and lift. Down and lift. Squeeze. Keep your knees together. 4 more. Down and lift. 3 more. Down and lift. 2 more. You got it. 1 more. Down and lift and hold. Just like the other side, you can place your arms down if you need that support. You're going to swing that left leg out to the side. Really feel the activation in your core. Hips stay level. And just hold nice and strong. Both shoulders stay on the mat. Good. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Place your left foot on your right thigh. Arms overhead, about 12 inches off the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Curl up and down. Press that left knee away. Curling up and down. And curl up, swing, reach, reach, and down. Let's go for 4 more. Up and down. 3 more. Lifting up and down. 2 more. Reach. Last one. Up and lower down. Good. Bring your knees into your chest. Draw some circles with your knees in each direction. Hands behind your thighs. Take it to a little roll. Hand back and up. Cross your lower legs. Place your hands onto the mat. Walk your feet back behind into that downward facing dog. Drive those heels into the mat. Press through your hands. Okay. You're going to ground your right leg. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Feel the stretch to the back of the right leg. Okay, now I'm going to take that left knee, bring it toward our left shoulder as we lower our hips down into a plank. So maybe here. So we're going to stay on this side. So here, shoulders away from the ears. Check your form. Here. Or if you think you can get a little lower, go ahead and take it on down. Good. Make sure that lower back is supported. Okay, here in that plank, nice and strong. Outer thigh, glute. And then as you kick back, feel the stretch to the back of that right leg. Press through your hands, active there. And here. Okay, here's another variation. Another option is to keep that left leg straight. Bring it out to the side. And then back up. Quite a bit harder, so you do you. Whatever feels like your personal edge. Good. And back up. And let's go again. 3 more. Go. Feel that stretch here. 2 more. Strong, working, making gains. And then back up 1 more time. Out to the side, bent knee or straight leg. Hips as far as you feel comfortable. And then back up. Okay, now you're going to take that left leg, step forward. Place it between your hands. Feel that hip flexor stretch on the right side. Okay, you're going to take your right hand to the inside of that left foot. Just take it to a little rotation. So here, pressing that right heel back. If you want to modify, place that right knee on the mat. And then back down. Now scoot your right hand a little further away from the instep of that left foot. Okay, take your left hand behind your head. Just gently, elbows high. Okay, right shoulder strong. I'm going to take it to a little rotation. And then level your shoulders. Stay strong in that right shoulder. And then level. Still maintaining that stretch for your flexor, but getting a little oblique. And lift. Good. How about 3 more? So really rotate. And down. 2 more. Lift up. And 1 more time. Go. And then back down. Take that right foot, step forward. Hands on your thighs. Lift up to your chest. Forward fold and rise all the way up into standing. Okay, then you're going to take it into a chair. So I'm going to scoot back and take it down and hold. Okay, just hold. Weight in your heels. Make sure your knees are directly above your feet, not in or out. Directly over, down. Chest is lifted. And just hold. Okay, weight in your heels. Good. And then you're just going to take it to a little pulse and pulse. Okay, good. Woo. If you don't want to do the pulses, that's fine. Just hold it statically. If you don't want to go so low, you can take it up, or if you need to take a break, okay. Okay, just do whatever feels right for your body at this moment. Good, good. If you're doing the pulses, again, make sure your knees are tracking above your feet. Proper form, spine is in neutral. Good, I'm just going to turn back again. Good, good. Make sure your knees don't pass your toes. Okay, you're sitting back. Good, good. 8 and 7, 6, 5 and 4, 3 and 2. 1, rise up, 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 up. Swan dive down. Inhale, monkey, lift through your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on the mat, walk or hop your feet. Back behind, top of a push-up. Press forward on your knees or your toes. Lower down, elbows close to your sides. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. We're going to take it into downward, but you can add a push-up on the way back for a little more power if you want. Downward facing dog. Press through your hands, lengthen through your spine. Feel the stretch. Backs of your legs, drive those heels down a little bit more. Hey, ground your left foot, kick your right leg up to the ceiling, and then take it into a plank. Right knee to right shoulder. So we're doing the other side. And then back up. Feel the stretch of the back of that left leg, so really work it. And then toward a plank, maybe not all the way there. Right shoulder, right knee to right shoulder. Try and keep that right foot high. Okay, try not to let it lag down. You can take it all the way to a full plank by dropping the hips. Or you can straighten that right leg if you want to. Up to the side. And up. Good. All right, so continue with your exercise, your chosen variation. Okay, so out to the side, but little pause, feel the strength in that glute core, outer thigh. Kick that, feel the stretch to the back of that left leg. And we got 3 more. And then back up. 2 more. There we go. Breathe. And then 1 more. Let's finish off strong. Here we go. Woo. And then back all the way up. And step forward with that right foot. Here, hip flexor. Drive that left heel back. You can lower the left knee down if you want to. Scoot your left arm in. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. A little twist. And lower back down. Scoot your left hand further away from the insole of that right foot. Right hand behind your head. Start with your shoulders level. Then go ahead and rotate. And then back to level. Still pressing that left heel back if your left knee is straight. Good. And lift up. And back down. Strong that left shoulder. And rotate. And then level. How about 4 more of these? Up. And then back down. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Make it count. And back here. Step forward with that left foot. This time, legs together. Glue them. And then rise up. And fold over. And rise all the way up to standing. Our legs are together. Place your hands together and lower down into this chair. Legs are squeezing together, holding here. Okay, good. Nice. We're going to add a little rotation. So twist over to the right side. You can place your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh if you want to. And press. Turn your fingers in toward your chest. If you want, you can always open your arms up as well. Okay, so bigger twist. Try not to let your knees shear. They're still staying aligned. Draw that right shoulder back. Take full advantage of this twist. Try and keep the weight in your heels. Breathe. Keeping your hips low, take your hands back into prayer. Come back here. I want you to press your hands together, shoulders down away from your ears. So again, getting that upper body to fire. Let's twist to the left. You can hold here or place that right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Turn your fingers in toward your chest. If you want to, you can open your arms up. Draw that left shoulder back. And breathe. Good. 1 more breath. And then take your hands into prayer here. Nice and strong. Good. I'm going to turn. So we're in line with the mat. Okay, drop forward. Place your hands onto the mat. Walk or hop your feet back behind. Top of a push-up. Legs still together. Good. And hold. Okay, good. So in this plank here, we're on your knees. Just holding there. Good. Shoulders away from the ears. And hold. Knees or your toes. Good. I want you to focus on squeezing the glutes, inner thighs. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower your belly onto the mat. Arms down by your side. Flip your feet flat. Belly pulls in toward your spine. Rise up. You can add your legs. You can place your hands here for a modification or lift up. So a nice back extension. Point your toes, squeeze your glutes. Straighten your knees and hold. Good. Back of the neck long, so try not to crease. Feel the extension through the back of your neck. The energy flow. Reaching your fingertips behind you. Hold. Good. Good. Breathe. 4 and 3. Good. 2 and 1. Lower back down onto your belly. You can turn your head, rest one cheek on the mat. Take a little breather. Good. Okay, I'm going to scoot so I have a little more room. Take your arms out. Press your shoulders down away from your ears. Lift your head up slightly off the mat. Okay, your hands are pressing into the mat actively. Okay, to engage the shoulders and upper back. Belly is pulled in toward your spine. Okay, so just be mindful of that lower back. If you need to lower down a little bit more, you can. Okay, so we're going to take our left leg lift and down and right leg. So alternating. Okay, checking in with that lower back. If you need to lower it down a little bit more, go ahead. Okay, still pressing your hands into the mat and lift. Good. Now, next option is to take both legs at the same time, up and down. Still pressing, keeping the shoulders strong, upper back strong, belly is pulling in. Whew. Good. And lift. Nice. And down one more time. And lower back down. Good. Okay, take your right arm lift. And down. Left arm lift. And down. Right arm. And left arm. Okay. Now here, think about whether you can support your lower back if you want to take it to the next option. Okay, so the next option is to lift both arms up at the same time. Okay, maybe need to come down a little bit lower. Keep your legs on the mat though, okay? So here. Now next option, if you want, both arms lift and lower down. But check in with that lower back. Okay, so no strain. Up and down and up. Okay, whatever you're doing, if you're doing the alternations, let's go 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. And lower down. Turn your head, rest the opposite cheek on the mat, arms down by your side, resting it out. Good. Okay, we're going to bend our knees, flex our feet, arms down by our sides. We're going to lift up into a back extension. Now we're going to reach our hands back behind like so. If you want to do it with support, hands under your shoulders. Okay, now if you want to take it and wrap your hands around your feet or your ankles, you can take it all the way up into bow and hold. So feel that stretch across your chest. Hip flexors and quads. Good. 5 and 4 and 3. Go 2 and 1 and return to the mat, hands under your shoulders. Prop yourself up into that quadruped. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cow. Dropping your belly down. And cat stretch. Tuck, 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 tuck. Send your seat back and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then back, shoulders on top of your wrist. Let your belly fall back into neutral. And have a seat. Okay, let's rise up. We're going to do some standing work. Okay, so you're going to ground your right foot. Hands on your hips. Lean forward just a little bit. Okay, engage your core. Take your left leg and lift and tap down. So we're going to target the glute. And keep your spine in neutral. Okay, so not to arch in your lower back. Just targeting that glute. If you want feedback, you can place your hand there. Make sure you feel the contraction. Weight in that right heel, slight bend in that right knee. Up and down. Up and down. Working lots of balance as well. Good. And let's go for 3 more. And 2 and 1. Hold here. Then we're just going to take it to a little pulse and pulse. Squeeze and squeeze each time. Really squeezing that gluteal. Hip, 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 hip. Weight in that right heel. So working that right supporting leg too. 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee. Lift that knee up to the side. We're going to bring that leg over to the side, challenging our balance, but working the outer thigh. And bring it here to the side and back. Feeling that right leg. And back. One more time to the side. Spine stays in neutral. Back behind. Extend that left leg. And then draw our circle. Up and around. And then reverse the circle. Direction of the circle. 2 more. And 1. Take that left foot. Step way back. Okay. Tuck your tailbone under. And we're just going to take it to a little dip in our hip. That right knee stays above that ankle, that right ankle. That tailbone is tucked under. Spine is in neutral, just down and down. If you need to adjust your footing, go ahead. Good. Now take your arms overhead. So working the shoulders as well. Keep your shoulders away from the ear. Good. Down. Perhaps get that left knee a little lower, but try not to let that right knee collapse in. Good. And down. Now hold it at your end point. Hold nice and strong. Good. Nice and solid. Feel the strength in your legs. Shoulders down away from your ears. Spine is in neutral. Hold for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come on up. Shake out your legs. We're going to do the other side. Okay, so same thing. Hands on your hips. Right leg behind. Bend your left knee slightly, weight in that left heel, and lift and lower, lift. Okay, again, check that your weight is in your left heel, lift and lower, up and down. Spine is in neutral, the bend is at the hip, squeezing that right butt cheek, lift and down. 3 more. That left ankle working hard to keep your balance. And last one, hold and take it to a little pulse. Pulse. Squeeze and squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Shoulders away from the ear. Hup, hup. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee. Lift that right knee up and bring it over to the side and back. Over to the side and back. 2 more times. Side and back. Last one to the side and back. Extend that behind the star circle. Whew. And then reverse, keeping that glute engaged. 3 and 2 and 1. Step back with that right foot. Bend the knee. Drop down. Left knee above that ankle. And take it down and lift, down and lift. Maybe increase the range so a little further down and down. Good. If you want, reach your arms up to the ceiling, slightly in front of you. Shoulders stay away from your ears. A little closer to the mat with that right knee if you want. Just make sure that left knee does not fall in. And lift. Get ready. And hold it at your end point here. Hold. Stay strong. Nice and steady. Nice and stable. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Shake out your legs and your arms. Everything. Good. Good. Let's stretch it out. Inhale, big breath. Whew. Right arm down, left arm reaches overhead to the right side. And then ease up, drop your left shoulder, reach to the top right corner. As you sink that left hip, good, and stack and over to the other side. So reach, send that right hip over, reach that right arm over to the left. Ease up, reach to the top left corner. Sink that right hip this time. And stack and back up. Take your arms overhead, palms together, and then we're just going to do a little side bend. Side bend. Good. And then now I'm going to switch this, and we're just going to draw a little circle. Just a little one. Okay? So we don't want to introduce too much of an arch in that back. And again, and then reverse. Circle. And circle. Good. So your legs are together. Take it back down. Take your right arm and just circle it back around. Sorry. And circle back around. Okay. And one more. So draw that shoulder back and let's do the other side. And one more time. Out in front, interlace and tuck. Wiggle if you need to rotate. And then lift all the way up. And open up through your chest as you take it down. Inhale up. And continue reaching your arms back behind. Interlace your fingers. And lift your arms up as you bend your knees. Chest stays lifted. Feel a stretch across your chest. Breathe. Good. Take your right arm across. Pull it in with your left. Stretching out that shoulder. Another side. Pull it in. Little rotation. Good. Bend arms out to the side. Rotate and rotate and rotate and rotate. 2 and 1. Give yourself a hug. Press both shoulders down. Widen through your back. Inhale. Other arm on top. Another big hug. Shoulders down. Wiggle. Whatever you need to do. Good. Shake up your hands. Open shut. And down. Take your left leg and just draw a circle. Right leg. And left leg. And right leg. And hold the left leg up. Circle through that ankle. Good. And right leg up. Circle through that ankle. Swing it back behind and come from back behind. Stepping over that tall fence. Good. And other side. And back here. Feet about hip distance apart. Take a big breath. And down as you lower head to your right shoulder. Reach the palm of the left hand out to the side. Say yes. And circle to the opposite shoulder, palm of the right hand. Say yes. And to the front. Fingertips to the back of your head. Gently press. And feel the tension and release from the back of your neck, upper traps. And up. Shoulder rolls. There we go. All right. Our 2 final breaths, as always. First exhalation, release. Refill with only good. Okay, here we go. Inhale, big breath. And exhale. Everything out of your system. And refill only good. Gather, bring your hands together and ground yourself. And we say namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good week. Bye-bye.